Welcome, I'm Heather. Thanks so much for joining me for this 45-minute Yin Yoga practice. We are going to get started right away, but I just want to make sure you have a few props tonight. We will be using a belt. So if you don't have a yoga belt, you can go and grab maybe a bathrobe tie or any other kind of belt or scarf. Also using some blocks tonight. That's optional, but yeah, whatever you have. And we are going to sit. You can close your eyes, allowing yourself to become more present with each cycle of your breath. Watching your breath as it comes in, your nostrils sinking down, opening through your torso, and follow your breath all the way back out. Feeling your body release, more deeply relax on your exhalation. And feeling the energy on the inhalation. We'll take about 3 more breaths like this. Try to promote a longer exhalation. So maybe counting the length of the inhale to 4, length of the exhale to 6. This provides for a reset, helping you to shift into a more relaxed state, activating the parasympathetic side of our nervous system. Giving you a chance to unwind, your body to release stress and tension, and the mind, of course, to become more focused and calm as well. So now let's just slowly rock the head a few times from side to side. Being really gentle with your neck. This time as you turn your head to one side, let's hold it there so you're looking over your shoulder. And then tucking your chin down, holding that for a breath or two. Rolling back to center and slowly looking over to the other side. Dropping your chin towards that side of your shoulder and coming back to center. And on your next breath, then slowly lift your chin, opening your chest, rolling your shoulders back. Exhale and let your belly come in, back arch, chin down. Continuing this movement for the next few breaths. On your next breath in, come back to center. And next breath out, just settling into more central, neutral alignment in your upper body. Let's bring the left hand down, and with the next breath in, lift the right arm straight up. Exhale it over to the side. And on your next breath in, we'll come back to center. We're going to release that arm down, but instead of bringing it to the floor, we're going to swing it across for a twist for a few breaths. And on your next exhalation, slowly unwind, come back to center, bringing your other hand down. And on the next breath in, lift your left arm up. Exhale to come over, pausing here for a few breaths. You decide how deeply you want to come into it. And the next time you inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release that arm, but swing it across slowly. Come into your twist, sitting up nice and tall. On your next exhalation, slowly release from your twist. Come back to center. Roll your shoulders out a bit. Just releasing that tension in your upper body. And I'm gonna change my position a little bit, but we're still gonna do a seated pose next. You'll probably want to definitely sit on something. And I'm gonna slide the right leg out. I'm gonna bring the left leg in and I'm gonna cross it over. And I'm gonna actually lift up my foot a little bit. You can do a little bit of rocking actually from side to side, which feels really nice. So I'm just supporting that leg with my both hands, one on the knee, one on the foot. Loosening up through the hip. And then coming back, so I'm going to place the foot down. I've got this leg crossed if you need a little support for that leg on that bent side. You can put some blocks underneath there. I'm going to lift up the foot, and it's my left foot. So with my right hand, I'm going to interlace my fingers in between the toes to the best of your ability if you want to try that. So I'm just, bringing each finger in between each toe. The little toe is quite stubborn. But once you get it to the best of your ability, you want to sit up nice and tall. And I'm just going to rotate through the foot a few times, nice and slowly. Okay, and then just bring that foot more to the floor. And for a few breaths, we're going to come over a little bit. You can slide your other arm out. And feel that stretch, probably in the extended leg, but also in your toes too of your cross leg. And you can slowly come back to center. Again, just rock that leg from side to side. Roll out your foot again. And then release and let go of your toes. And you can stretch that leg out. And we're going to cross the other leg over. And we're going to start with the hip rocking. And then come back to center and try to interlace your fingers in between your right foot's toes and do some rotations right at your foot, the ankle. Moving in the other direction a few times. So I'm circling my foot. And then I'm going to keep my fingers in there and come forward for a few breaths. That leg crossed over. Come back to a slow, rhythmic pace to your breath. On your next breath in, we'll come back to center. Okay, we'll release that side and both legs out in front. And you can just rock your legs a little from side to side. And bring both feet over to one side to transition. We're going to come into all fours for a few breaths and do more of a full spinal flow and movement with the cat-cow. Inhaling forward. Exhale, arching your back, lifting your belly. 2 more breaths like this. You can at any point exhale deeper with a sigh out through your mouth. I'm going to come up onto my feet and walk the hands in towards the legs. And you're starting to transition to a standing forward bend. We're just going to come halfway up, lengthening through the spine. And with the next exhale, allowing the arms and head to sink here. You can rock slightly back and forth through your feet. Find your central position. Where there's equal weight between the front and the back of the foot. You can always use blocks underneath your hands. If you want to go a little bit deeper here, you can cross your at your arms, your elbows. So release your arms, and you can also sway a little from side to side with your arms. And we'll come forward again with the fingertips. And as you do that, transitioning almost like you're coming into a plank, but we're going to slide the right foot forward into a lunge and go back and forth a few times. If you need a little bit more support underneath your hands here, you can always use blocks. And go back and forth. And then we're going to hold this position. Okay. So come into your lunge, holding that for a few breaths. If you want to try going a little bit deeper, you can slide your foot out slightly, bring your blocks, and you rest your lower arms. But notice if that's too deep for your hips. It's just an option if you want to try. So you can also just keep your hands on the mat with your foot just a little bit wider on the outside of your hand there too. And breathe in, let your body release with long exhalations out through your mouth a few times. And we're going to come back, walking the hands back. And if you do have blocks, you might want to use them again. I'm going to straighten out through the front leg, reach out through the heel, toes pointed up. And you can walk your hands forward or walk the blocks forward and come into like a half split position here. There's an option to go back and forth a few times between lunge and that pose, or just hold it here. When you're ready, we'll come out, bending that front knee again. We're going to come up onto the back foot, and we're going to walk that back foot forward, back into our forward bend. And we're going to step the other foot back into our lunge. Come down with your back knee. And if you need to, go back and forth a few times. Use your blocks. Again, another option to go deeper here. Come down onto your elbows, or just bring your foot to the outside of your hand. I'm just supporting my hands on the blocks. The wrists are higher than the fingers, so it feels nice. Couple more breaths here. And on your next exhalation, you can start to pull back with your hips, straighten your front leg, come into this half splits. And if you like, you can walk your hands forward, or if you're using blocks, slide them forward. Find your place here. And on your next breath in, we'll come forward, back into the lunge. Lift off your back knee. This time, if you can look back, step back, come down with your knees. And back with your hips for a few breaths. If you need to support your head, please do. Breathing slowly in and out through your back. And slowly slide the hands underneath the shoulders, pushing up. And then walk your hands to the side, legs to the other side to transition back onto the seat. And we are going to come down onto the back. So if you, at this point, if you want to grab your belt, slowly transitioning down onto your back. We'll start with bringing the right knee towards the chest. And then we're going to place the belt just below the toes. And straighten the leg up towards the ceiling. Then you can, again, invite a little movement here. Go back and forth, bending and straightening your leg just a little bit so that you can find that place. Then you push up, straightening. Option, if you'd like, you can slide it out through your other leg, but that's up to you. And pull on the ends of the belt just slightly to pull the toes down. Feeling a bit more stretch in the back of your calf and ankle. Continue to focus on your breathing. Softening everywhere. Your face, your jaw, your neck. Inhaling and exhaling, softening your shoulders, your back. Let's take both ends of the belt now in the right arm or right hand. And I'm going to butterfly my left leg into position so that I can stay centered through the pelvis and not tip over to the right. I'm going to open that leg out to the right side, pushing out with the heel. Feeling a little more stretch through the inner aspect of your leg, but at the same time, you're also pulling out, creating space in your joints. Again, try to soften through your head, neck, shoulders as much as you can. And on your next breath, then slowly lift your leg back to center. We're gonna straighten out through the left leg, switch hands on the belt, reach your right arm straight out to the side, and slowly cross your right leg over to the left. And just start in that first place. Perhaps your right hip is still on the mat. You can turn your head to the right. Try to let your arms, elbows sink, shoulders release. You might find yourself going a little bit deeper, perhaps allowing the right hip to lift and the leg to move over and down to the left. And just make sure to soften and release as much as you can. Oh no, on your next breath, then we'll slowly come back to center. And we are going to let the belt come off that foot. And slowly bring it down. Once you've released the leg completely, just shake it out a little bit. And we'll bring the left knee into the chest. Looping the belt around the left foot, just below the toes. And option to keep the right knee bent or straighten it. And we'll go back and forth, bending and straightening the left leg, pushing the foot, the heel up. And you're exploring the position that you'd like to come into to hold this pose for the next few breaths. Stay there in the position that provides the most sensation through your leg. Feel it right through from the back of your thigh, maybe back of the knee, the calf, the ankle. As much as you can, just allow yourself to soften and release into this pose with minimal effort. I'm going to butterfly the right leg out to the sides and bring both ends of the belt into the left hand to open the leg out to the side. Find what works for you here. And then we'll slowly bring that leg back to center. And straightening out through the right leg, switching hands on your belt, your left arm out to the side. And slowly bring that leg across to the right. Try to keep the left hip closer to the floor in the beginning. And try pushing out just a little bit more with your foot. And when you're ready on your own time, own pace, you can come into it a little bit deeper, allowing the left hip to lift, to lower a bit more to the floor. With your next breath in, we'll slowly come back to center. Your legs straight up in the air. One more time. And just let the belt come off your foot. We'll slowly lower it down. Once you get to the floor, just wiggle out through both feet. Rock your legs from side to side. And just bring your arms right over your head. And you can hold on to your thumbs and let your arms release. We'll move into a side bend. So from this position, if you'd like to slide both feet over to the right side of your mat, and we're going to cross the left ankle over the right ankle. Keep both legs straight and try to position your hips so that you feel centered through your low back. Left hip comes down a little bit. Now also reach your arms over to the right side in the banana pose. So feel a nice side stretch right through your whole left side of your body. Hold your arms here however you'd like to. And then we'll slowly uncross the legs. Move the arms back to center. Reach up over your head with your hands. And slide your feet to the other side, crossing your right ankle over your left and reaching your arms over to the left as well. You can hold on to your right arm with your left hand. Try to settle your right hip down a bit more. And try staying here for a few more breaths. Just let your body sink. And on your next breath in, come back to center with your arms and cross your legs. Reach through, whole body stretch. And then slowly release your arms. You can bend your knees. And you can bring your knees in towards your chest. You can hug your knees, rocking slightly from side to side. And we'll open the knees apart a little, reach the arms in between to grip hold of the ankles, bring the feet a little closer together, knees wider apart. If you'd like to, from this position, you can grab hold of your feet, with the outside edges of your feet, or you're wrapping your first two fingers around your big toes and come into the happy baby pose. And then we'll release this position, bring the feet back together. If you'd like, you can let your feet come right down to the floor with, again, keeping your knees wide for the reclined butterfly position. At this point, if you want to rest a little more here, it's a wonderful pose to do with support. So if you have cushions or blocks or a bolster, you can place underneath your knees some support. Bring the feet together. Soften your belly and allow your breath to fully come in and out through your whole torso. Feel a wave-like breath moving as you inhale, first belly, filling up, then middle, then chest. And as you exhale, feel the breath release from the top down, chest down to the belly. With your next exhalation at the end, just release your breath. Allow your breath to breathe you now. Let your whole body relax for a few moments. And let your arms come out to the sides, palms facing up. Rock your head a little from side to side and then find that central position, allowing the weight of your head to sink down. Releasing all tension in your face and your jaw. Move through your body on a journey of sensation from your head to your neck. With everywhere your awareness goes, relaxation follows, softening through your shoulders, your upper back, your right arm and hand, your left arm, your left hand. the right side of your torso from your chest to your ribs and your belly on that side. Flow back. And then flow your awareness into the other side of your torso, from your left side, your chest, upper back, the middle ribs, lower back and belly. Your left side, and then feel your right side again. And then feel both sides together. Flowing your awareness down into your hips, right hip, right upper leg, knee, right lower leg, ankle and foot. And over to the left side, starting at your hip, down to your thigh, hamstring, knee, shin and calf, ankle, left foot. Both legs. Feel your legs get comfortably heavy. Feel your arms get comfortably heavy. Feel your breath naturally flowing through. Staying relaxed, but also focused for this conscious relaxation for just a few more moments. And when you're ready to come out, start deepening your breath again. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. And you bring your hands to the outsides of your legs. And if you were in that butterfly pose, push them back together. And just after that butterfly pose, I'm going to bring my legs into a counter position. So more of an internal rotation of the hips. So I'm bringing my feet outwards as wide as the mat and letting the knees rest together. And you can let your legs then slowly rock a little from side to side. You can bring your arms out to the sides. Try to move really slowly, keeping this new pace that we've set for ourselves to help slow down. And whenever you're ready, you can roll over to your side for a moment. And come up very slowly. And you can sit for a few moments as long as you like. This style of yoga can naturally pull you inward to a very deeply relaxed state. So if you like to spend a bit of time in meditation before bed, or whatever time of day you're in doing this practice, and with gratitude, thank you so much for joining tonight. Namaste. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And if you're doing this before bed, wonderful sleep tonight. We'll see you again soon.